How's it, Laura? How are you doing, Angel, this Monday evening? Very frustrated.
I'm feeling extremely frustrated. So I'm sorry, this is probably the most peeved off that anybody's ever going to see me right now on a live stream. I saw the most horrendous stuff today. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm actually just now hurtful. I don't know, how do you feel, Ruth?
Some things also happened also personally to me. And I think, like I was saying on Saturday, this is unprecedented and no one knows what rules to follow. No one knows kind of where's the yardstick. But some of these rules are also just becoming a little bit like the same measurement stick is different for others than for others. Explain your example, Laura.
Okay, so what I saw today, which I find absolutely ridiculous, you are allowed to go to a restaurant and you're allowed to eat and you're allowed to drink anything that you damn well please, okay? But if you go to a salon or a hair salon or any of those, your therapist or your hairstylist is not allowed to offer you coffee. You are not allowed to get
coffee.
Yeah, they're not allowed to give you your usual cappuccino or whatever it is that you usually have when you go to that specific salon. They are not allowed to give you a damn freaking cup of coffee.
Okay.
I mean, how ridiculous is this going to get? I actually cannot even handle this anymore.
Okay, clearly the coffee is not the only reason that's bothering you. I mean, in this greater scheme of things, we had the taxi violence today. I mean, I know TG guy dropped someone off closer to home, or where most of the taxi collections were. And that was at 6:00, and they messaged him about 10 minutes ago to say they just got home. So that was a 2.5 hour trip. So I don't even know why there is a taxi strike. I haven't watched any mainstream media. I have no idea what the actual cook is going on about the taxis. I must be honest, I had a heavy day at work.
They're not going to be tax-free anymore.
The
only people in this country that are exempt from
time. It's about time. If I can think at the top of my head, they're the biggest grossing economy, adding to this economy ever. And I get taxed, you get taxed, everyone fucking gets taxed. They need to be taxed. They've never been taxed.
And apart from that, doll, I can't even walk down my stuffing road without there being hijackings, cash and transit house. There's a cash and transit house just here by the spa, down the flipping road from me. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm done with not being able to drive down my damn road and feel safe because the cops are too damn bothered about following the flipping illegal cigarette sellers than they are and worried about women who are being abused, about drug dealers, about crime. They don't give a damn. And I'm sick of it. I'm done. And then they come with their pathetic, stupid cigarette laws and regulations and all their dumb shit. I'm so hurtful. Sorry, everybody. I'm really venting today. I don't think any of you have ever seen me like this.
It's my nervous laugh. I have a nervous laugh. She looks like she's so angry. She's like one of those women, like you get different types of women that show their emotions. I go flumming. Like I just start screaming.
I'm livid right now.
But Laura's the type of woman. Laura's the type of woman that will get so angry she cries.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you cry when you get angry. I don't. Yeah. I just scream my head off.
No, I get so frustrated. I actually when I get that angry, I start shaking and then I can't control the tears come down my face. Yeah. But let's see what anybody else has to say. Gentleman Flavor said, what? Yeah, you can't get a cup of coffee when you go to the salon, just by the way. But you can get a glass of fucking alcohol at a restaurant.
So if I can say, that is the straw that broke Laura's back today. For some reason, that is the little straw that broke Laura's back.
I am a beauty therapist, and the fact that I can't offer my clients a fucking cup of coffee, I'm sorry.
What about a glass of water? How about a glass of water? Okay, so
you don't like to offer them anything, nothing.
Yeah, okay. So listen to this, right? Now, for those of us who have parents, remember on Saturday I was saying I don't know if I'm going to be able to see my mom again. Well, true's Bob, I'm obviously telefucking-pathic because, okay, I don't know whether to delve into this or not, but let's say, hypothetically speaking, COVID's been detected, okay? I don't know if I should have said that, but let's say they've had a detection, okay? So since in the middle of March, I haven't been able to see her. I had to see her like some jail prisoner between gates, okay? A meter away from the gate that way, a meter away from the gate this way, with masks and the whole cadoodle. At one stage, she was so confused, she thought my son was cross with her. We were like, Mom, we're not cross with you. You just can't see our faces. And then there were all those things about get a clear face for the deaf and for people. And I thought maybe I should get one so my son can speak to my mom and my mom can see smiles. Turns out now, she's even more in prison. They've all been sent to their rooms. So now she can't even go and sit in the garden and relax. Now I'm not even allowed to see her through the fence. It was too cold last week to see her, so we didn't go and see her because I don't want her standing out in the freezing cold. But apparently they might or may or not or have or whatever it is have an incident, okay, a case. So what the hell? Meanwhile, the staff were allowed to go home, catch public transport, go there, but I wasn't allowed to give my own mother a hug, and I'm still not yet any symptom. I'm not symptomatic or asymptomatic. I don't know. So for those of you who I think, I'm not giving advice, and of course this is your own freedom of choice, I believe mental health and how you treat people and everything else is highly important in what you say to people. If you have an elderly parent who you have not seen, okay, and you believe they are going to increase, because I'm going to say I have a sneaky suspicion that level 5 is going to happen again. Maybe not in the next 2 weeks, but I'd say by the end of July, if we're not at all level 5 again, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah.
So, if you have elderly people,
I think
or you have someone,
hey,
I just want to say, sorry, you can vent now. I'm rambling. But if you have someone you want to go and see, and you're not symptomatic yet, and you decide that you want to see them before you might never see them again, go and see them. That's what I will do. But I can't even do that. So.
But how many people go and dump their parents in these homes and never go see them again anyway?
Yeah, or they live overseas, or
just fake. Makes me sick, man. Belinda says that the taxis don't get taxed and they're demanding 20k per taxi for lockdown. Really? I can't even get my 48% of my salary from TERS fund. And now they want 20k per taxi. They can go get knotted. Okay, that's all I have to say, that they can go and get knotted. Okay, they've received all their PPE and sanitizing shit for free from the government, and we are all still sitting waiting, okay, waiting to either be able to go back to work or sitting and not getting any money in. Nothing. Absolutely squat. There are people sitting, they have no food in their houses, they're about to lose their homes, and they want 20k per taxi. And then on top of it, Ruth, did you see about the court? The court went against DA saying, oh no, but it's completely constitutional that the relief fund for the travel industry is BEE. Really? Really? So tell me now, is it only BEE companies who pay tax? Is it only them who pay tax?
It's mostly the non-BEE supportive of wanting to have a wonderful South Africa who stayed in this country, who could have left. I could have left 20 years ago, but I believed in the dream that Nelson Mandela had for this country.
Along with most of us.
That being whatever skin color, whatever religion, whatever sexuality, you had a right to do so, and everything was free and fucking fair. And you had as much right as I did. Yes, maybe I got a bit of a leg up. My mother did work for post-government. Yes, she struggled. She was a single parent. She managed to buy a home. Not a fucking palace. Not a palace. Okay? A very simple little home. And we've struggled over the years to keep ends to meet. Okay?
Exactly. And then they still turn around and say, oh, but you've done better because you got white privilege. Well, I'm fucking sorry, okay? But privilege must have been sold out when I was born, because I've worked with
I've been
through
working
everything,
since I was
through blood,
14 years old.
sweat, and tears to get every tiny little piece of everything that I have. Nothing was ever given to me. I wasn't born and given money. I never left home with thousands of rands and given a car, okay? I worked hard for everything that I have.
Who's that Dwes that also said now? No, you can't leave an estate to your offspring. You can't leave. It's all going to go to the under fucking privileged.
Mm.
Well, I don't want to even mention his dumb name. I won't even give him the benefit of his name.
So you know what? I must work my ass off to create a heritage for my children. Then when I die, they get nothing. They can go get stuck.
I'm telling you now, it's like Belinda said, and I heard, and Mark Schussler, is it Schussler? From The Economist, from Business Tech. Also, he's got The Economist. He's got a website. I think we've posted it on our links before. If you can, if you're able to, or if you still believe in what is South Africa, or maybe we're just being, it's Mondag. Maybe
but you know what, we're hurtful. We get, you know, you can only be poked and poked so many times until you lose your top, until you physically get irritated. You know, it's like poking a bear. What do they think is going to happen? Just keep poking the bear. Just poke it. And when it decides to bite your head off and maul you, then it's the bear's fault.
Sorry, I'm doodling. When I think deeply, I doodle.
And then what? It's the bear's fault.
You know what's sad? It's not only us that it's everybody that is suffering. It's everybody.
Exactly.
We're still lucky. I still have a heater. I still ate tonight or today. I mean, I just realized, like the guy we went to go and drop off yesterday at the security. Okay, first of all, we happened to be driving out and he was obviously shift, and I said, wait 5 minutes, we're just dropping something at home, we'll give you a lift into where you need to be, which is a dodge part of town, so to speak, but we dropped him off anyway. The fear of actually driving at night, let alone with lockdown, is horrendous. I don't want to be on the roads at night. Yes, and TG, he was saying that, okay, he's in security, so he's got employment, but most of the people in his inner circle, his mates, his cousins, have all lost their jobs.
Unemployed, yeah. And then, you know what makes me laugh? What makes me laugh is you go on, then it's on the Presidency of Southern Africa on their Facebook page, and it's got, the president says about Father's Day and all this. You know what, Squirrel? Wake up. You are destroying a beautiful, beautiful country. This used to be an extremely rich country, beautiful country. And, you know, I was actually talking to somebody today, and, you know, 20 years ago, I was proud to be South African. Now, if somebody asks me and I'm overseas, I'll say, you know what, I'm from Africa. I won't even tell them I'm South African because I'm so damn ashamed of this flippin' country and what's become of it. All this racism crap and all this rubbish. You know what? I don't care what color you are. I don't care what age you are. I don't care what religion you are. We are people. We are the citizens of South Africa. And it's about time we all damn stand together and start deciding to fix this country, because the only thing our president and our government is going to do is destroy it. And they're using mainstream media to put crap into your heads to make us fight amongst each other.
And you know what? Maybe this is wrong. Okay, you know, it's ironic. A year ago, I have to work. I drive up a hill to go to work and to fetch my son, like there are a couple of hills. I'd give the lady that works at number 2 Popo Street a lift because she's got to walk. I'm lucky enough to have earned a living and gotten an education to afford a car. So what did I used to do? I used to give Mrs. Matwetwe a lift to the bus stop. Okay? If more people showed kindness, and the women of this country have been through fucking hell. The black woman, the colored woman, they support their families. The white woman, we've all supported our families. Yes, the men have done amazing jobs too, but the women in this country have held the shit together, and it's about time. When was that march in 1910 at the Union Buildings? Was it 1910? I'm not too No, when was it? I don't even know. 1960? God, I'm not a history fundy. I don't know. But they walked to the Union Buildings. It's about time us women stand up. I'm not a feminist necessarily, but I believe we need to start saying enough is enough. Must speak.
Yeah. We need to start standing together, babe. Because
And
you know what?
everyone's
Enough of this.
scared of this fucking disease. Shit happens. Shit fucking happens.
Exactly.
If people were scared of lightning, do you think electricity would have been made? If people were scared of water, do you think they would have crossed the ocean to come to a different place because they were being persecuted for where they were currently?
Why you can't sleep in your bed because you're scared your house is going to catch on fire?
Or whatever it is. Stop being afraid, people.
Stop living by the what ifs.
Your life is, therefore, by the grace of God, got I. And maybe some people don't believe in God, but I do. And
Yeah,
I've survived many things.
Yeah.
So,
But you know what, babe, this whole thing of, we are where we are today because we had parents who were part of apartheid and all of that sort of thing. So we have what we have.
What the fuck was going on when I was 10 years old?
You know what, babe? I worked my ass off to get every single cent that I have, okay? So did my mother, and we grew up in a poor home, okay? I did not grow up in a rich home, and I grew up without a father, okay? I grew up with a single parent who worked her arlie off to get every single, I remember there was weeks on end where we ate baked beans on toast for dinner, okay? So this whole, big white privilege bullshit, I'm sorry, you know what? You get to where you are because you work hard for it. Nothing is given to you in life. And if you're not prepared to work hard for it and you expect everything handed to you on a silver damn platter, guess what? You're not going anywhere. You need to get off your arlie, go get a job, and go work to earn what you deserve.
Ding, ding, there's the bell. Subscribe and like, people. Share. Subscribe and like and share.
Sorry, everybody. I just, you know when you get those days where you just had enough. We've barely spoken about lockdown and regulations and everything in all of our streams. And that's why when Ruth and I were talking earlier on the phone and we were like, you know what, let's just do events. Let's do events about lockdown. Let's do events about all the crap that's going on in the world, especially in this country. And let's just get it over with. Because it's building up and it's building up and it's building up, as I say, like a frog in a damn pot. Okay? Things need to change. Because you know what's going to happen? When this lockdown ends, all of our professionals, and I mean all of them, I'm not just talking about white, I'm talking about colored, I'm talking about black, all of our professionals are going to leave. They are going to leave the country.
The people with money have already moved as much money and are trying to move their money out of this country. Sneakily, however, whatever. Or you'll be this, like it will be like in Mexico. You'll have your super rich, rich, and your poorest. There'll be no more middle. There'll be no more middle.
They need to get rid of BE and start a program for the poor. That's what they need to do. They need a program to enrich and to assist poor people,
and I believe
individuals.
I always get this word fucked up. When you go into the army, it's not subscription. It's not is it prescription? No, help here.
No. When you go into the army,
it's prescription.
Yeah, but it's not prescription. What do they call it?
Is it? It could be. It could be prescription.
Inception, isn't it? No, what's it?
It was compulsory for us.
Oh, well, it was compulsory in Darren's days.
There needs to be a program where a certain level of skill set is taught when you leave school, because when you leave school, you end up doing fuck all anyway. And at least if you learn vocational skills or decide where you go, okay, and learn a skill and get paid a minimum wage or whatever it is, or training and get food, even if it's like a course haste for a year or 2 or 3, you end up with a skill so that you can do something that will benefit someone else, that will create jobs, and so the wheel turns. But the fact that
conscription, that's the word we're looking for.
I always stuff it up.
Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Shane Bain. Thank you. Conscription. That's the word that we're looking for.
Yeah, so this is us having a bit of a kakalaka venta. But we have a beautiful country, people. A beautiful country. I mean, look what's going on in what's that place on the way to Durban, where all the water, where they actually took back their water, their municipality. They took back their municipality that had enough.
Good.
Harry Smith. I think it's Harry Smith.
We need to start doing the same in this damn country, in our area.
Yes, and people should be empowering themselves.
Yeah.
Lots of things.
Gentle Inflatable says, prisoners have it better than the homeless. RSA disgusts me. Exactly. Prisoners have more rights than what the citizens do. So they go and commit murder and go commit crime and robberies and kill people and pour boiling water over people and stab pregnant women and hang women from trees. But this is what they do. We can't, like the same as Jim was saying yesterday, you can't not talk about things and pretend that they don't happen.
Yes, I know.
They do happen.
And it's so upsetting because I feel so goddamn helpless. And we need to start creating homes for boys that are being abused, homes for single mothers, even if it's communal homes for single mothers. A whole lot of single mothers move into a big house together and share the load. I've said this before. It was a mate of mine's idea. Share the load. Make plans, network, talk to people, reach out.
And it's so much easier nowadays with technology between Facebook and WhatsApp and Telegram and everything else. It's so much easier. It is so much easier.
I still don't understand. I still don't get it to this day how anyone goes hungry in this day and age. What happened? I'd like to know what happens to the food that's like, okay, now it's what's the date to the 22nd of July? This tin of baked beans says now it's expired. What happens to that food? Does anyone know? I'd actually like to have another subject about this. Where does that food go?
I know specifically from specific Pick n Pays that theirs goes to a church. That all of their, like, for example, if they make bread today and that bread's not sold, and the rolls, if that bread and stuff is not sold, it goes to the church the next day. So it doesn't go like 3 days later. It'll go the next day.
Shopping centers actually network? Not shopping centers. Do the big chain stores actually network and help get this, or do they just chuck it? I mean, there was that place.
About all of them. I can't answer for all of them. I know about specific Pick n Pays that they do give to the churches and that. But you know what what makes me cross then is the churches get this food and stuff and donations for free. But you know how many times I have a homeless person say to me, please, I just need 25 rand to go sleep at the church tonight.
Yeah, but the church, they have minimal rates.
How is that doing God's work when you're getting all your food and everything for free?
They've got to keep the heat on. They've got to keep lights on. They've also got water and sanitation to pay. Remember, they also pay rates. They don't have that piece of land for nails.
That's what the community pays for, babe. How much money do these churches get? I'm telling you now, they're going to crack load.
I can't speak for churches and various denominations of church, but I know within our community where I come from, the poor are helped. The benevolent, they are helped.
But not in all communities. Not in all communities.
No, but the corruption, what's happening with this VBS thing? I want to see certain people locked up.
It's never going to happen.
It will. It must.
Jacob Zuma will never see a day of jail. That I can promise.
Justice must be served. Too many people have had sleepless nights. Too many people have worked their asses off. Look at what was his name? Pew. What was his name? The guy that wrote the corruption book, all on the Zupta thing. What was his name? It eludes me now. Pew someone. Anyway, it doesn't matter. These thoughts just roll through my mind like big waves. But the truth of the matter is too many people have put too much at risk to let it all just go. Justice needs to happen. You know what? The world goes mad.
Not going to happen, babe. Jacob Zuma will never see a day in jail. That I can promise you.
I refuse to believe that. And if you believe that, then you're giving up on justice.
This case has been going on against him for how many years?
He'll rather end up dead than in prison, I suppose.
Exactly. Philip B says, hey, ladies, or is that offensive now as well? Well, exactly. I'm not offended by it, just to let you know.
What?
But yeah, like, so what do you, so if we say, hey, ladies, then it's like, oh, well, what about the gents on the stream? If we say, hey, guy, oh, so what about the ladies? You know, it's like, hey, what, blondie? Or what is that offensive?
People need to get their heads out their asses, and we have never lived in a better time, ever. And Gary Skipper said this before. No, our men aren't at war, not yet. You mentioned on Saturday, you said Third World War is going to start. My son is 14. In another 4 years, by the time they decide to have their fucking war, okay, so that they can implement more rules, more cuck, he'll have to go off to war. My son, who's the most gentle, kind, loving, loves animals, has mates, wants to jaw, lacquer. But you know what? Now, because of bullshit, he'll have to go to war. Okay, I make no mistake, he'll probably kill a bunch of motherfuckers. But still, never ever have we had it so good. Never ever. In terms of what the world is. Yes, in a way, yes, we are struggling. But there's no need for it anymore. I don't understand.
There's lockdown anymore. Let's be honest, the people can go to casinos and restaurants and cinemas. There is no need for lockdown. Okay.
And the people who are very scared, if you've got money and you're very fucking scared and you've got diseases and you've got issues and you can afford to stay at home and yada yada, then by all means, go ahead. But you know what? Therefore, by the grace of God, I could walk out of my house right now and some flying machine, imagine that, an aeroplane. Okay, let's say the hypothetical.
At least you didn't say UFO.
No, like they transport all sorts of shit up in the air.
Yeah.
Something could fall on my car or my head, or a tree could decide to dawn it over. Last year, there was a very sad case in our community where a girl was killed. Some sort of a gate or wall, something fell on her. She was our age, Laura, 2 kids. Could be you, could have been me. Ivaskillik Netta. She died from her injuries. Therefore, by the grace of God, go I. If people are so scared, we wouldn't have been anywhere today. We'd still be sitting in fucking caves going.
But I mean, just by the fact that the common flu kills more people than this virus has.
We don't know that yet. I don't know.
Just by the fact that we have 50 to 60, between 50 and 60 murders a day. Okay?
Well, there we go. There's a stat. There's a statistic. Now you're talking.
Murders a day. The coronavirus isn't even killing that amount.
Wait, okay, yes. The murder rate is higher than what's killing us at the moment with this disease. Yes. Fair enough. Go for it. We don't know yet what's going to happen. I saw a post, something, a medical practitioner, whatever. We don't know yet what this thing is going to do. But I can tell you now, the way we live in this country, scared of, let alone scared of fucking breathing, scared of moving, scared that you're going to be attacked by, and yes, I've been listening to a lot of gun shows. It's very fascinating stuff. I don't have the money to go out and buy weapons. I don't have the training. I don't have the time.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, all right. Wish this was a whiskey. It's not, but hey, on a Monday night.
Yeah, mine's just coffee. Let's read some comments. Okay, Johan Clausen says the government are on a power trip. That's why we all this shit now. Yeah, exactly. The brew. Life is short. Live it.
Live it.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, carry on, sorry.
Said the Vienna's killed more people. Yeah, exactly. The Vienna's killed more people. Flip. Philip B says, what's in your vape? It's actually a juice that I made myself. It's called grape soda. I'm busy vaping my own grape soda juice at the moment.
Whatever happened to Fanta grape? It was like around and then it
Fanta grape, so.
But I used to love Fanta grape. And then it just disappeared. It was like fine and then it just went boop, gone. Can't they give us warnings? You know what they should do? They should put little stickers if they're thinking of discontinuing a line. They should put a little sticker or something on and say, this is about to be discontinued. If you do not wish it to be discontinued, or if you don't mind paying more for it, please let us know. Call this number or email us or SMS.
Exactly. Robot says poloniatas.
Yes, no,
poloniatas.
What have I got here? Okay, it's not. Whew. Next is yes, I think it's this heater. It's on. Thank God. I'm stripping.
Robot says Enterprise poloniatas.
Yes, of course. It wasn't that long ago.
Philip says at Ruth and Fresca. Do you remember Fresca?
Yes. It was like a pineapple thingy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Pineapple flavor.
Remember, it tastes like nothing. That was the slogan. It tastes like nothing. Because nothing tastes like Fresca.
No, wasn't it? There was that black dude with the funky hair or something. That was him. Yes. Oh my God, that takes me back.
Robot says I ate Monster Munch yesterday. What is Monster Munch?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Sounds very familiar. Shit. Monster Munch. It's a chocolate, isn't it?
In Durban, you used to get these crisps called Royces. But I don't know if you had them up here, but in Durban when I was growing up, they used to have these chips called Royces. Damn, they were nice. I used to save up all my pocket money up until I got 5 rand.
Yes. Monster Munch were those chip things. They look like frizzy, crazy. Yeah.
It was like Pringles, but it was in a packet. And it was like, I remember the fruit chutney was in a purple packet, but it was called Royces. Damn, I used to love those chips. Yeah. The brew, nothing tastes like Fresca.
A bit like Fanta grape. Okay, there's been lots of Can these companies not put like a little disclosure or something saying we're about to discontinue this line? Or let's have an option. Would you mind paying 5 rand more for the fucking thing? Why? And then it's like, I can't find that. Oh, you know what's the best? Nutty Puffs. Beacon Nutty Puffs. Nut Puffs. Where are they? I want them back. Remember those things?
But I've seen Fanta grape.
Where?
At Checkers.
Maybe recently I see a couple of lines coming back. You've got an amazing Checkers by you there. Love it.
Nice Checkers actually. I must be honest, I like the Fanta pineapple. I quite enjoy the Fanta pineapple. Gentle Inflatable says those fish chips are back. Still reek of fish and chips. Which fish chips?
I think I remember something like that. But you're no. I'm not big on the artificial cuck, hey, I'll be honest. Oh yeah. See, I keep like I don't eat any shellfish and I don't eat pork.
Ruth, if Gentle Inflatables, she says, OMG, Ruth.
I want that back with a sword. You see, every party, remember, I don't care if you have to change the wrapper, put it in like one of those Mentos wrappers, you know. I don't care how you wrap it, how you package it, or even loosen a packet. I don't give a toss. Bring them back. What, was there like poison? Was there gold in them that you couldn't make them anymore? Tell me, Mrs. Beacon, why did it discontinue? And why don't you let your consumers know? There's a beef I have with a particular company. Okay? They've become too big for their boots. Too big.
The brew says, "Yo, Auntie Ruth losing it about nutty crust. Make your own. Come, wench."
Tis, sir. How dare you call me a wench? I'll come back to it. We'll come back to that term. I love Victorian slur and saying, you know, there were words like waffling. And do you have any idea how language has changed in the last 100 years? 100 years ago, not even 100 years ago. Okay, and I made a mistake on the live stream as well. I spoke about First World War in the 20s and Victorian era and how things changed, and then I mentioned Hitler. Hitler was obviously Second World War. I didn't mean to sound like I do it together. I know the difference. I was just saying, Victorian era is very cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, Hitler was a fucking lunatic puss. But anyway, let's not go there.
Hey, Estelle says, "What's up, girls? What's up, Estelle?"
No, that's weird. You won't hear me
we're
say
venting,
that
Estelle.
word.
You missed the beginning of the stream where we're both screaming our heads off.
No, not
But
me.
I get it now.
Now I'm screaming my head off. See, now it's like windy, 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 like the jump in the box. And you've wound me, and I'm like, ta-da!
But you know what also pissed me off this week?
Now. What's going on? Are you okay? My neighbor's gonna do. Did you hear that? Who's that? Who's making that noise? Watch. Now I'm pissed off. So now
you know what else pissed me off this week?
What?
This whole Leon Schuster story.
Oh yes, that motherfucking thing too.
What's up? Huh? Pissed me off. I'm sorry.
Okay,
no.
You know what? Yes, some of his stuff, I must be honest, I used to think, oh, shame the poor Oakman. Oh, jammer tochie. But it was funny, and he would always, I'm sure he'd give him a rankie.
These movies were the best when I was growing up. The best.
No, but shame. So but then he has supported South African industry and South African music and South African. He could have fucked off long ago.
Exactly. Like all the other big stars, like Trevor Noah, Charlize Theron. He could have done exactly the same as them. But you know what? No. But he stayed in this country and he supported his country. Why? Because he was proudly South African. And what did South Africa do? South Africa went like this to him.
Exactly. And you know what? Showmax they should be paying him fucking percentages of all the money they made back in those days from when he'd be honest. Hold on. Oh my God. I've got it.
Robot says Netflix and Showmax cancelled. Good. I call upon everybody to cancel it.
No.
Yes.
I'm going to get arrested. My neighbors are going to... Laura! You can't say shit like that.
I can.
You can't.
I can.
Can't. You can say...
I'm not the only body who said it.
Well, they've
Lots
got big...
of people have said it in the past week.
Yeah, but maybe on a... I don't know. I have to cross my T's and dot my I's. I'm not sure, Gula. We need an illegal... Who's an attorney? Who knows an attorney who'd be willing to help us cross this bridge? Because we have voices. Okay, look, you're going to start crying again. It's okay, my baby girlie. I love you.
Who's crying?
You look like you're about to cry.
No, I was reading a comment. Gentle Inflatable said Leon's sidekick Alfred said on Facebook that he cannot believe Showmax cancelled Leon. Yeah, exactly. I mean... Leon works.
The book speaks lit.
He's the one who pointed out the inequality in South Africa. He's the one who went out to make sure that there was equality in South Africa.
What mistake?
Because he's the one out of comedy that turned around and showed people how you get treated when you're black.
The Brew Tunes I met, Leon. He is the epitome of South African culture. He is the humblest, most articulate individual I've ever met. Well, if you happen to maybe be on his Facebook, tell him we send lots of love. We send lots of... I can't do the heart thing. I mean, yes, we had a lot of... I mean, I had once... What's that? I'm left-handed, so it's all a bastard. Who remembers this thing? You can do this. You can do this still. Remember that type?
I've never been able to do that. Philip B says you should change the title of the stream to Moaning Monday !
That's actually a very good one. Moaning, instead of moaning Mona, moaning Monday. That's very good. Well done. Okay, we'll do that, Philip B.
Don't say cancel Showmax, just tell him not to subscribe. Yes, do not subscribe.
To what? What?
The Brew says don't say cancel Showmax, just tell him not to subscribe.
You can't. You've just said it again. Oh my God, we're so dead.
No, he's saying don't say cancel Showmax. Just tell them not to subscribe. You're not getting what I'm saying. You're not
I am.
getting
Stop
what you're
saying it. It's okay.
We're not saying cancel.
Shh. Shh.
We're not
Okay.
saying
And
cancel.
subscribe. Give them a down likey. Not an up likey. A down likey. A down likey. Oh.
Arbot says, oh shucks, here comes Untek is my favorite movie ever. Yeah, and Zulon Mustard. I enjoyed Zulon Mustard as well. It was really
No,
cool.
some of the best pranks ever that man did. Remember with the coffin in the taxi, and these oaks want to transport now, and apparently a dead body, and all these oaks like fucking get out. I would get out the fucking taxi.
I loved it the best when he posed as a Trafford officer. That was
a
the
Trafford.
best.
Yes, he pissed the oaks.
I'm a
And
Trafford.
even
An
yes,
ossifer.
imagine having him on the show and asking him what shit, and he said he's been clapped. He's been clapped with a serious capital P.
Yeah,
No, and he did it why? To make us laugh.
Yeah.
That's why I do this. To make people
Exactly.
laugh. Because you know what? Gets too down, and that's what I said on Saturday on my stream. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Our spontaneous live stream where we were caring. It was baie lekker. Whatever you see through your eyes, your ears, whatever you hear, whatever you concentrate on, gives it power. Like Aladdin, all ultimate genie power.
Like what I've said,
Need-
if you put out into the universe is what you get back. Exactly.
You need to be kind to people. You need to give the go-go. You need to think, oh, you've got a security guard at this complex. Oh, you happen to be going to the shops at 6 o'clock. Or even better, you are going to the shops during the day. Hey, Mr. Security Guard man, can I buy you a sandwich at the shop? Can I give you a Coke? Are you thirsty? You know, we live past people. We live past people. We live past our neighbors. We live past our people at whoever. Do you take the time? And this is one thing I love about Black culture. About Black culture.
They all help
Is
each
that
other. They all help
number
everyone.
one? Number one, and then they actually say if you don't greet someone properly, hello, like before you walk into a shop and he has a car in, and she sees these shoes. Oh my God, these are absolutely stunning. Oh my God. Okay, but now let's see. Okay, right? Okay, but like I'm a size 4. Okay, and there's only a size 7 here. Hello, Gooey.
Yeah.
Wait. I need the. Hello, Gooey. Madam. Hi. I want these in a size 7 and make it snappy. I've got to be at the nail technique in like 2 minutes. Not, hello, ma'am. How are you?
Yeah. How is? Because you know what? And you know what the worst thing is?
Can you mind please helping me?
Yeah, the worst part is these people who, especially these ones who turn around and say, "Oh, that teller at Pick n Pay was rude." You know what?
You didn't have to fucking wake up at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning.
No,
Plus
but not
make
only that, babe. You don't know how the customer before you treated that woman. You don't know how, and I'm not saying that teller, that woman. You don't know how the customer before you, how he or she spoke to that lady behind that
You don't
till.
know what's going on in that person's life. You don't know what time, who's dying at home, who's just died, what they fucking just found out, whether they were raped on their way or assaulted by their husband on their way to work this morning. You have no idea. Be kind to people. Treat them with respect.
Yeah.
Because that's how I'd like to be treated.
Exactly.
I think I'm out for the day. I think I'm all blown out.
Exactly. Gentle Inflatable says, please and thank yous go a long way and are free. Exactly. They are free people. You know what? A smile is contagious. So you know what? Go and spread it. It uses less muscles in your damn face to smile than what it uses to frown.
But
So
hello.
smile.
But hello,
Talk to
God.
people.
You smile with your eyes. Smile like
Yeah.
this now. You can't smile anymore because you're being.
No, but I make sure that the person knows that I'm smiling behind my mask. And I will go out of my way to say, how are you today? You know what?
Yeah.
And then before
Yeah.
I leave, I say, you know what? I hope you have a fantastic day, or I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Or
You know,
learn another language. Learn when the Coke's getting up here. See, I'm all blasting out. Hold on. Should I burp on live air? Okay, never mind. You didn't see that one. That's for another drunk live stream. So oh wait, Philippie, wait, where's it? Ja, in Afrikaans culture, as jy nie vir jou tannie gegroet het of jou oom gegroet, was jy gebliksem. Dis reg. Dis maniere.
Ja.
En almal jy het gesien dit in 2000 en wanneer was dit? 2009 skatte. 2009. Sorry, Laura, I keep forgetting Laura's from England. Okay, sorry Laura, forgive me. I'm just trying to connect.
My mother was from England. I just grew up with her from England.
Okay, right. So anyway, right. So now I've lost. Now you see, now I'm done. Now I've lost my train of thought. I'm gonna
Saying about if that you were bliksemed if you didn't greet people.
Yes. Well, basically, we were bliksemed. Oh yes, learn another language. Learn. It's so nice. If I greet the guys, maybe it's not Dumela, Sawubona, and then I say I'm leaving. I say Hambagache, and they say Salagache, which is stay well. You know, it takes 2 seconds. Yes, there's so much issues. They had to learn our languages. Okay. Yes, I know. And
take a few times out of your day. You not even ask them. Say to them, listen. If you don't know, say, how do I ask them? How do I say hello and how are you in Zulu or Xhosa or
Sutu,
you know,
or
Sutu,
Pedi, or Northern Sutu.
Ask them. If you don't know, ask. So that the next time you go to the shop and you see, you know, the same.
Okay, I'm gonna moan. Maybe we should call maybe we should do a Monday stream saying moaning Mondays, because you know what? Maybe I know, but oi, kak, it's getting late already, and the kinders moet. I've got to be up at the crack at dawn's crack to go and take kids to school. But yeah. So anyway, shitty, bang. I've just lost I need to write my shit down. My moan. I'll think about it. Carry on talking. Sorry, Law.
I'll carry on talking. Okay. Philip B says vendor, my favorite to greet him. And you only say da.
Da.
And I think this is what a lot of people don't understand is a lot of our generation, okay, is a lot more willing to learn African languages and a lot more willing to stick together and do things together and all that sort of thing than what they think we are. I think everybody's just so scared and everybody's just so.
But the mainstream media have made us that way.
But that's what I said. The mainstream media,
social media.
But that's exactly why they want to give them free TVs.
I have a video.
All their minds with crap.
I have a video, okay, of a thing done in America. Did you watch it? Where a phone is left on airplane mode and a new SIM card is put in, or no, they both got no SIM cards. And they drive around a certain area. When they plug it into the computer that does the diagnostic, it can see exactly where they've been, where they've gone, what they've said. Adverts start appearing. Okay? These things and all the all those things, if we worried about the 60s, if we worried about all the technologies and all the bugs in the 60s, hello. These things, these little mobile computers. Alice, China is listening. Big Brother has been watching us at least for the last 40 years.
You have no idea how much we're being tracked by the government. I'm telling you.
Security companies, they want to find you. All they do while you're sleeping late at night. Ka-ping, tower. Well, I'm not doing anything illegal. But I mean, I'm sure we've already, look what Germ said. Did you watch Germ's stream, Germ Warfare, everybody? If someone's new here, I've never seen Germ Warfare, check him out. He's fantastic. Go and look at some of the stuff he does. It's unbelievable. Expand your mind, educate yourself.
Yeah, Jim has some really, really interesting interviews that he does. And I must be honest, then they cut him off for that atheist guy. You know, he lost sponsors and all this thing because of the atheist guy that he interviewed. And I'm sorry, it's just wrong. Because I'm a Christian, okay? I am Christian. I've served in the church, the whole bang tootie, okay? I am Christian. But is it not just interesting listening to other people's religions and listening to other people's cultures?
I believe you have to be open-minded.
I mean, it's so boring living your life saying, oh no, but I'm Anglican, so I'm not going to go and listen to what the Catholics do. I've actually been to a Catholic church. I'm Christian, I'm Anglican, but I've been to a Catholic church.
Please,
you know why? Because I find it interesting. It is interesting.
You know what they say? Oh, yeah, there's such issues now about religion. You know what used to happen in the 1400s with Mary, Queen of Scots, and the Protestants and the Catholics? Do you know how much blood was shed in the Saxon world and in Spain and in that whole Catholic? If you weren't a Catholic or you can't believe this shit. And then and you want to worry about this epidemic. You should have seen the shit that went on there. Yeah. It wiped out, the bubonic plague wiped out 1/3 of the world's population. 1/3. So if someone's got the quick calculation, I don't, but if someone does, and we think about how many people there are in this world today, I can't think, my brain is too sore. Okay? 1/3 of that, gone. And it kept happening again and again and again. And I mean, they even got signs for, I mean, they used to treat, also Gareth Cliff, he's got an amazing, what's it called? Blind History. Have a listen. Have a look at some of these things. We think we're living in rough times now. We've never lived in better. People used to die of starvation because they had abscesses in their teeth after they started finding sugar in the 1800s in the sugar plantations, and that's when slavery started. Okay, slavery has been around for obviously way Romans.
Yeah, of course.
But people started eating sugar and they didn't brush their teeth, and they would die of starvation because they couldn't eat because their teeth were all fucking rotten.
How did we get onto the subject of toothpaste? The Bruce says exactly for him to acknowledge there is a Satan. Yeah. Arbot says Black Plague. Oops, I said it.
Ooh, highly falala.
What is that plague that we had?
Bubonic plague.
Bubonic plague. Yeah.
Bubonic plague.
Yeah, bubonic plague. Philip B, you don't believe in them. You just need to know what other people think, right? Yeah, exactly.
Wait, again, I missed that.
Philip B says you don't believe in them. You just need to know what other people think. Exactly.
I think if you have an open mind and you're willing to just talk to people and not, by talking to people, you're not going to change their mind. You're not going to change who they are. You might learn something.
The whole point of the interview wasn't to change the guy's mind on anything. As Germ said, it wasn't even a debate. It wasn't even to try and change the guy's point of view. It was just interesting to hear about the guy's religion and what they do. It was just the same as Germ says he would love to interview a murderer. I would love to watch that interview. That discussion, as Germ.
Oh, well, there's one, I think tomorrow he's going to interview, I don't know if it's tomorrow or when, or sometime this week, he's going to interview someone who believes in aliens, like proper.
Yes, I heard. That's going to be interesting. Again, is it pointless not to say, oh, well, I don't believe in aliens now, I'm not going to go and watch the stream?
Look, I understand, and this is also, Laura, this is also something you got to understand. It's your choice. If you don't want to listen to something, you don't have to. You don't have to. That's someone's personal choice.
But it's also stupid to be closed-minded.
Well, common sense.
You learn
it's not very common, is it? Common sense.
The more that you learn in life, the better your life will be. My mom always used to moan at me because I never used to watch the news and all that sort of thing, because I was always like, oh, the news is always bad news. So why do I want to wake up in the morning and watch negative shit? But now I know it's not about watching the news. It's about knowing what's going on in the world around you.
I think everyone who listens to us and listens to who we support as well kind of gets it. And that's what's cool. But yes, Gentle Inflatables asked, did he lose the sponsors? Yes, he did lose the sponsor. And
Not all of them, just the one, just Clever Coffee.
Yeah, and now he's actually getting another one, and hopefully that will be a better venture. People are sensitive. I think people are fearful of being hurt, of bringing up bad stuff. I think the more you pound the hurt, eventually you push through it, and you win, and you actually get over it. You got to push through that hurt. You got to talk about your shit. If men want to cry, fucking hallelujah, let them cry.
Exactly.
Bring back Toasty Show. What the hell's that, Arbot?
Toasty Show.
Where you from, Arbot?
Philip B says, with regards to flat earth and all those cool things, you need to learn more about people. Exactly.
What's that, joke?
The more you learn about the people around you, the more the better it is to equip yourself as well.
Yeah, and I said,
sorry, oops, not Syria. That's cancel culture. I believe in aliens. Okay, that one confused me.
Maybe someone believes in aliens. Okay, fair enough. Look, oh yes, apparently, so on Cliff Central this morning, they were talking about they found tunnels under the druids. Under the ruins, not the druids are those guys who are, but the ruins. I find it fascinating, fascinating. And how come they're not only pyramids in Egypt? They actually, I once listened to a show about the pyramids and how they actually these big electrical. Some people believe that they were actually designed like the first electrical current generators. Yeah, fascinating.
But it's the same as Stonehenge and all that sort of thing. I mean, for them to move those size rocks in those days, they didn't have machinery like what we've got now.
My teenager's scratching in the cupboard for I don't know. It's fine.
But y'all, guys, please drop us a like and subscribe.
Yeah, and share us. That invite.
I promise you, we don't vent all the time. Usually, we're quite interesting and funny.
Well, we have been. What do you mean? We have been, for flip's sake. Was it breakfast show? Okay.
But you know what? I think I'm in a cuck mood because I've had my sore shoulder and my sore neck the whole flipping days. So just irritated and frustrated and peeved off and just,
Yeah, I think Laura's having one of those. I'm gonna get probably whacked on the. Listen. I don't know if this is getting personal. Okay, we gotta end it soon. But whatever. Yeah. I know, like biomechanically, I know I have a one day where I become. You want to talk about Satan? Satan's spawn. I become like in fact, TG guys trying to get me to show my face that I make. I turn into like a little green Hulk. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do my Hulk impression.
Do it. Show us.
I'm not in the right frame of mind.
Show us.
I'm not doing
show us. Oh, please show us. Everybody say Ruth, show us.
It actually hurts. It physically hurts.
Everybody say Ruth, show us.
No, not today. Josephine, not today. So,
oh, Ruth, show us. Oh, come on. You'll make me laugh. You'll make my day better.
I do. I've made you laugh already. Too much of a good thing's also not cool. So I actually 2 years. I've got a little wall that juts out in my office, and in December, obviously, you're wearing sandals. I stubbed my toe.
My puppy dog face. Nobody can resist my puppy dog face.
No, not even your puppy dog face. So I broke my toe 5 years ago, and then this last year I broke it again. Hit the same fucking wall in probably similar sandals and broke my toe again. Not fun. Okay, it wasn't as bad as the first time.
Everybody's saying show, just by the way.
Hey?
Everybody's saying show us, Ruth.
I don't know if I can do it. I have to be in the zone. I can't. What, can Hulk just turn into Hulk language? You have to trigger him. I'm not going to turn green fucking people, okay? I know I'm Jewish and I have special powers or something, but I'm not that powerful, okay? Oh
Show,
God.
show, 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 show.
God,
Take
I'm
the glasses
lying.
off.
I'm
Take the
being
glasses
pissed
off. I want to see properly.
I could have done it earlier when we were venting. I could have gotten a Hulk. Maybe next Moan Monday. Maybe one Moan Monday. You'll see my Hulk. Okay. By the way, DC or Marvel people, who prefers which?
Haven't we asked that before?
I don't care. We can ask it again. What, we had like not so many people watching. But anyway.
Yeah, the Bruce is right. You can't just turn into the Hulk.
Yeah, I think, or the hill. Well, after lockdown, I'm pretty much a big hill, actually.
Arbot says, "Eye of the Jew." See, now if we were lefties, we'd be offended by that.
Oh my God. No, flat man. Yeah, and don't you know as well they've got horns too? Did you hear that? That's why they wear those caps. And why are their noses so big? Because it's free. Haven't you heard all that cuck? So
No.
I once had. My mother
Maybe
had.
I grew up around better childhood friends than most people.
So I had a tea set. My mother had a tea set. You know those olden day tea sets that have the teaspoons and the forks, the cake forks, and they all had the same fucking design on the top of them, right? So, pass me a fork there. So my mate heard a joke once. How do you know you're in the home of a what we mentioned now? I don't want to get into trouble with okay, so let's take example. So all the cutlery, you know, like when you've got these kind of knives. Okay, this is actually the doggy knife. The doggy has her own knife for her own food. But all the knives have, all the forks and all the teaspoons have the same flip thing.
all the same, yeah.
Yeah, right. So, but they all had like a little ornate pattern on them. They were like antique. Anyway, so there was a joke once. How do you know you're in a home of me? How would you know you're in my home?
Yeah.
So the joke was because there's a fork in the sugar bowl. So I had a mate, Truth Cuck, who believed that. Why? Because once when she came to my house, we used to have a tea set.
The fork in the sugar bowl.
No, she found this fork, this cake fork, in the sugar bowl. Now clearly it was put there by mistake because you're in a hurry and you're setting up tea and it's in. But no vragies. No vragies.
I've never put a fork in my sugar bowl.
Well, apparently I did once upon a time, so yeah. And I happen to be a yid, so now that someone
my
put that
daughter has, but I've never.
Who's never?
I've never, but my daughter has.
No, that's it. What about cool? I want to talk about Victorian, Edwardian, olden day tools, olden day knives, olden day weapons, like kitted up chainmail, like the shit that they used to wear to try and protect them. Imagine being like William Wallace, like, and you've got no fucking jocks on and it's freezing and the Scotland wind's flapping up that skirt and you've got to now run into battle. Can you imagine that, Cup? Yeah. That must have been horrendous.
But I mean, even if you look at how heavy the stuff some of the security guys wear today.
Do you know how many horses? Yes, also the bulletproof vests.
And then they have to jump over walls and shit chasing criminals, and it's like.
And can our dearest SAPS do that? Listen, I know probably about 5 guys in my lifetime that have been good policemen, okay, who still protect and serve and are good oaks and who treat everybody fairly. Not a lot, but they are there. Maybe I should ask him. I don't know how people would feel about it, because I also feel like they do get slack. And they ask, like, why would you want to do that? Like, as a kid growing up, why would you want to?
Because you want to protect and you want to serve.
Yes.
Not like
so my 14-year-old screams, yo, he wants to join the army. I'm like, not this one. That's for fucking sure.
Not in this country.
Excuse me. I'm fucking belching here like.
Yeah,
I'm in a chamber or something.
Says firefighters wear heavy gear too. Yeah, they do.
No, they do.
And then half the time they have to carry people out of buildings.
What? The Bruce says, well, don't put a fork in my sugar bowl. No, darling. Oh, you can have as much sugar as you want. See.
Common Sense TV says, do you eat your cereal with a fork too? I actually do. Because I like to have I like to eat all the cereal first and then have the milk last.
That's a first.
I like to drink the milk out of the bowl when all the cereal's finished.
Oh, you savage, you. What a savage. Yes, remind me not to take you to like dinner anywhere. Okay. Okay.
I would do that in a restaurant. Not that I would eat cereal in a restaurant.
I eat in a restaurant. You can stand on the tables in a restaurant. I don't give a shit about that. I'll take you to someone's nice house and you drink the milk. If
I wouldn't do that
unless you goofed, you can drink. Unless you goofed, you can do what you want. That's a story for another day. Booyah!
Yeah, it says back in the day, the SAPS was respected and was the heroes of the town or community.
I saw a video. I think I did send it to you guys, or maybe not. I saw a video of how our old they weren't right, but there was just pride. There was just something to be said for the respect you put in what something meant. What something meant. It didn't necessarily mean what they did was right, or what the laws were right. But there was a certain look, I don't know. Look, it's so hard. But you know what? As a woman, if I see a police van, I shit myself. Do you remember the shit that was going on? When was it? The end of last year, where people were being stopped. Do you remember that? And being pulled over? Do you remember all that harassment? And that woman was pulled out of her car in a gas station? Do you remember that, cuck? Yeah, you see, help's coming.
I must be honest, my first few years of driving, okay, whenever I got pulled over by a cop, even though I did nothing wrong, if they pulled me over, I would start shaking like this. My whole body would start shaking.
You shoot yourself.
I mean, driving adrenaline or what it is, but I'll be like so shit scared when they pull me over, even though I know I've done nothing wrong.
Driving back from you yesterday, after we dropped the little one. I was obviously sitting in the back. I'm like jolling. And it just dawned on me, TG's driving. Where's his wallet? Has he got his wallet? He did, thank God. It was in the. But like, you shit yourself. You think, because yes, we just saw 5 cars go past us. I don't know what division they were from. Blue liggies, alles, but it didn't look like a normal blue liggies patrol. But there was obviously something happening. And yeah, I don't know.
I remember, wasn't it General and Playful said earlier, and that you don't see the SANDF anywhere? You want to know where they are?
Where
I actually found out the other day where all the SANDF are.
Where?
They're in the townships.
Yeah, but we've known that for a while. Can you imagine how they're suffering?
Everybody's saying, but we haven't seen the SANDF. They've been deployed, but where are they? They are in the townships.
And I tell you what, I still think these people, they wanted a better future. They're still suffering. And I think they're suffering worse now than ever.
But you know what? I think Ronaldo explains it perfectly. And after, I never got it, why they keep voting the ANC in. But after Ronaldo explained it, I get it. Did you hear how Ronaldo explained it?
Okay, tell me. I can't remember.
How Ronaldo explained it is how Ronaldo explains it is that, you know, the ANC is the first party to rule after apartheid. So, according to them, at this point, they're still better off than where they were during apartheid. But they don't actually realize that it could still be better than what it is under the ANC government. It makes sense because the ANC is the first party to rule after apartheid. And they're the only party that's ruled since apartheid.
Okay, so they're waiting for something better. They're hoping.
No, but to them, this is better because it's better than apartheid, which, yes, it is. It is better than apartheid. But they don't click, they don't realize, but it can still be better than this.
Yes. There are other options. And no, do you know that I once asked a friend of mine's or whoever's domestic lady, and I said, are you voting this year? It was when was it? I think it was after Zuma, when Zuma was stepped out. She said, no. I said, why? I said, why won't you vote? No, there's no one that's there that I want to vote for. I said, and that's just a problem. That's, and I know lots of other people that also don't vote, and it irritates the crap out of me, but if you don't vote, you shouldn't. I don't know. And
You should complain because then you didn't do anything to try and change the country.
it's not about complaining. I think you should be maybe text more or not. I don't know. Maybe we need to change our system. We need to change our system completely in the way we do things. Everything is honest to boy. I think we need to change everything on its fucking head and then see how life works. Because right now, the way it's working now, it's not working. So swap it the fuck up.
Oh. Hi, Carl's here. Hello, Carl. I wonder why Carl says he's not getting his notifications. I don't know why.
Maybe because
Carl, we are well. We're feeling a bit better now. We've had a lekker rent and a vent.
And a moan. And a moan.
And a play and a bitch and a whatever else.
I see a bit of a smoke. And I don't mean a normal cigarette. I feel like I need a wound. I feel like I need a
But yeah, the pressure was building up like a pressure pot, and tonight we exploded.
Do you have Bob Marley in the background? I do.
I don't.
No.
Don't worry about a thing. Because every little thing is gonna be all right. I mustn't quit my day job. Damn, I can't sing.
Don't worry about a thing. Because every little thing
gonna be all
right. In the morning.
Right, my terrible voice, everybody. I sound like a cat.
I wish we could find a cool song that we wouldn't get gezaffed with. But yeah, it's in my head now, so now I feel better. Okay, headache's gone. Okay, cool. Alrighty, I think we're gonna call it a night.
Yeah, everybody join us on Wednesday. We're having Herman Roos on. We're going to be discussing the science of soil.
Oh yeah, what time? Oh, have we decided if it's 7:45 or 8? I think you said 8.
8.
Okay, we tune 8 o'clock.
Yeah, join us on Wednesday for Herman Roos. It's going to be fantabulicious. He's going to be joining us as a special guest. And also, if anybody hasn't already, check out Herman's channel. It's called Farmer's Travels, where he talks about traveling and all sorts of things. It's very interesting. So go check him out. Give him a subscribe, and come and join us on Wednesday for him joining us.
Yeah, or subscribe to us.
Science of soil.
Science of Zol. Yeah, we can do that one day as well. As long as I'm as high as fuck.
Yes, Gentle Infallibles, the tobacco farmer. Yes.
Yeah, but I want to delve a little bit into when
we're not only going to be talking about soil, people. Okay, we're going to be talking about a whole lot of aspects of farming and everything else.
I once knew a band called Soil 77. I don't know. We need to contact a South African artist and ask if we can use their music.
Yeah.
But thank you, everybody. Yeah, remember to subscribe. Remember to share the cut out of us. And
keep smiling. Keep fighting for your rights. To party. Fight for your rights.
Yeah, we need to change our music. With that countdown music's a bit. I don't know. I'm not into the what.
Chantal said she liked it.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, Chantal said it was
well, there's 3 opinions in this room. And, oh, God. TG. Whatever happens on the stream and however it looks, it's all the technical departments. I don't get involved. It takes too much energy.
Except when I set up the stream, then the picture and all of that's what I set up. But,
okay. Good sweet people.
So, everybody, fight for your rights. Keep smiling. Keep talking. Be kind, because one small gesture goes very far.